Cool.
We're
God,
going
will you let me
live. Live and
Just-
live.
Just let me live.
Sublive.
Everyone dies going live. I don't know what the hell I tried with that. BluePopStream.
Wait, I have Mountain Dew. Green Pop Stream.
I love how every time I do that, you act like it's like a complete surprise.
Hey, does everyone want to share a Coke with their Kolok? Roomie?
No. I'd rather keep my can of soda to myself, thank you.
That's very selfish of you.
This is why they come in 6-packs or 12-packs or whatever.
Yeah, he can have a separate cola. He's not drinking out of my can.
Exactly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Scourge of the Dragon Sea. Hey, guys, what happened last week?
Oh, boy.
I got angry.
Oh, man.
I punched a dragon.
I set a dragon. I also set a dragon on fire.
Something someone said made Curie question her past.
Let's be realistic. You lightly singed the edge of my clothes. Come on, dude.
That's still fire.
What else happened?
We turned in our side quest.
We turned in the side quest. I tried to get a mirror. I was physically assaulted.
And the rest is a blur.
A blur of anger and other emotions.
I turned into a barbarian for a couple minutes. I almost killed Ichi.
You like reached out with yikes.
I almost turned Ichi into a fucking roast dinner. All right.
Did you?
I mean, I was about to. If I didn't lose the perception, the roll.
Anyway, so if I recall correctly, most of the party has returned to a tavern for the night. Korrath is elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Korrath, you and I have talked about your activities. Do you wait till the next day to do that?
I wait till first light and I look around.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You handle all of that.
I wait 14 turns. Community reference.
Everyone else. Katsuro, what do you do in the morning? We've long rested. I'm just letting it happen.
Oh, okay.
I should do that.
Actually, wait, no, Katsuro, you have a dream. There is a visitor in your dream.
It's Korrath in a dress.
No.
He wakes up.
Korrath in a dress.
Sweat. He wakes up and I'm standing over him in a dress.
Well, that's even worse. To be fair, you do wear robes all the time, so like, shrug.
Yeah, right?
Just robe.
Slowly,
Talk about a
seductive,
nightmare.
just take it off.
Anyway. So Katsuro.
Yeah.
Katsuro, you have a dream. You
I have a dream.
find yourself
Thinking it.
in a well-appointed sitting room. A small fire burns in a large hearth of stone. And in the meager light, you can just see and someone just at the edge of the light sits with very well dressed, dark hair, pointed face, sipping from a wine glass. He says, "Hello there. I saw your little interaction in the street today.
Is this someone I should know?
No. Not Katsuro.
Okay. What about it?
What is your relationship with your companions?
An owed favor.
I see. You are willing to put up with much for repaying a debt, it seems.
You know how it is.
Hmm. In the near future, well, the one that you squabbled with, you said you wished to see his god bleed, correct?
I believe what I said was, I hope he dies screaming.
A twisted smile stretches across this figure's face. He
But
says,
that was a thing said in haste and anger.
I see.
As much as I believe all dragons deserve death, I can't truly fault that one.
Well, that being the case, I will simply say, were you to see to it that that should such an event begin, it not be interrupted, you could be very well rewarded, my friend. He takes a long sip from his wine glass.
That's gonna take some thinking.
You need not answer now. Actions speak much louder than words, I find. Oh. And give Mr. Theodore my, my greeting. The fire, he waves a hand, the fire extinguishes, and in the morning you wake up in your bed.
The drinks on this side of the sea do not agree with me, it seems.
Non-canon raised eyebrow.
And-
Ichi, can you accept the stream together?
Oh yeah.
He's going to immediately go find Simon and inform him what just that happened.
Did we get a description of who was talking to him?
Dark hair, pointed, elegant face, well-dressed, well-appointed sitting room. From some other things that you're relating, the description of this person, Itchy, you would be pretty. Simon, sorry, it would be a pretty reasonable assumption to think that this is your former patron.
Oh boy. So yeah, remember that big bad former patron of mine I summarized to you when telling you what we've been up to? That's them.
Well, they may have fucked up because they just told us they are actively watching us.
Interesting. Not surprising. I've been lashed at in the past, which has led me to believe that I've been under constant surveillance anyway.
Does anyone want to make an Arcana check real quick?
I can do that.
I can fucking try.
Well, no, I can't.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of amazing.
That has happened so many times.
From worst to best, baby. Let's go.
So this makes sense because it's a divination spell and you are an oracle. You know of the spell scrying, which can be used to see a place or a person from as long as you're on the same plane of existence.
It is.
I mean, your druid also cast it literally like 4 sessions ago.
Oh yeah. It's the same logic as why I knew what scrying said he knew what scrying was in of itself before too.
If it is
I have
scrying
that
that,
spell.
if it is scrying that he's using, though, that at least tells us that he's on this plane right now instead of being in the Shadowfell.
Was that not a thing you already?
I mean, he lives in the Shadowfell, I presume, so I would assume that he comes and goes as he pleases.
Yeah, it requires you to be on the same plane of existence as the target.
Which, of course, means that he could attack us at any point. Or send his minions to attack us, as has already happened in the past.
Counterspell.
Has your
I
cleric?
counterspell his scrying.
That's not how that works.
I know
You
it's
have to
not how that works.
see
I'm
him
also not
cast
even
the spell.
there.
If that was how it works, I would have counterspelled it.
Dispel magic could get rid of scrying if you could see
Like
the small sensor that
Yeah.
they're viewing through, but that requires see invisibility. Yeah.
Anyway, after covering all that, I asked, has their cleric returned?
I don't see him anywhere. I think he's still pouting somewhere else.
I'm not pouting, you asshole.
Last I saw, you stomped off angrily, so until we see you again, the assumption gets made.
Fuck you too.
And he's gonna go get breakfast.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Breakfast is pretty common pub fare. It's like you're in a decent like tavern and like boarding house.
It's probably better than whatever a monk would normally eat. So
Yeah, you get like a porridge that today it's been flavored with blueberries.
Spite.
Nice.
Now, there's no telling how old those blueberries actually were, but there is still some taste to it.
Today it's been flavored with spite. It was pretty beautiful.
I wasn't sure if you said spite or spiked.
I thought
So
spite.
you
I
guys
said-
are starting the day early.
No, sorry, Sprite, actually.
why is your
Don't
why
tell
is
him
this
that while he's
porridge
drinking.
bubbling? Why is this porridge bubbling? This is not how this should be doing. What the fuck? guys?
Hey,
Sorry, I carbonated your porridge.
Hey,
Don't kill the DM.
as long as this breakfast doesn't involve eggs, I'm fine.
Oh.
That's okay. It's made of fried chicken.
He's going to. Katsuro is going to slowly move his plate of eggs away from the bird.
Yeah, there are things like eggs or bacon like available on order, but
Could
like,
I-
the
could I-
porridge
could I
is
have
the
the egg?
included in your board.
No,
I
I'm still
have the
eating
egg?
the eggs. I'm still eating my eggs. But I'm just not going to show him I'm doing that.
Is Kiri also
Eating a
hiding that they're
quarter.
eating
That was
eggs,
my
or are they doing it
cousin!
visibly?
Well, darn it, I feel bad, but Curie doesn't, I don't think she's made the connection. I think her mind is somewhere else.
So you just get a moment of Simon sees you eating eggs and then just daggers at you for a second.
Curie looks at him and then very sadly pushes the plate away, sort of resting her face on the counter.
Maintains eye contact while eating the egg.
Like
No.
there's a several
Shows dominance.
there's a several
I
second gap
imagine-
where you don't realize why I'm angry, and then Simon just like fluffs his feathers to highlight bird.
Bird.
Well, I think at this point, anything is gonna hit. She's just not doing so well.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, you in a corner, knowing
so-
birds eat eggs all the time.
So I would like to start our first tangent real quick. Did Simon hatch?
He is half elf, so no, but he respects his lineage. He considers himself of the birds and of the elves.
You know, like how Presbyterians eat vegetables but also fish? He's the opposite of that, but with birds. He doesn't eat poultry in any way, shape, or form.
I see.
Poor
I see.
Simon. He doesn't know what a good Popeye's fried chicken sandwich tastes like.
Or me, I don't know what a good one is.
I mean,
Oh boy.
That's me saying
yeah.
one here sucks. Not that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, in my Friday Night D&D group, our DM is the reason he's so busy, a regular DM, the reason he's so busy right now is because he's being made store manager of a new Chick-fil-A in his area. Yeah.
I feel sorry.
But we give him shit all the time. We tell him whenever we're going to Popeyes or another fried chicken place.
Hey, we're hitting up your competitor.
Pretty
hey,
much.
listen, I don't want to go eat at a place that tells me that gays are bad. I'm sorry.
That
was good.
Let's not get political on stream, guys.
That's fair.
That's why I
Yeah.
avoided saying anything.
Yeah, that was the collective. Yeah. Moving on. Anyway, tangent over. So,
Yes.
what do you all do with your day?
Given the money that we made from the side quest, have we made enough to cover the expenses of the ship upgrade and the crew upgrade, or do we need to keep?
We already had the money to cover the expenses of that. We need more money to continue to pay the crew afterwards.
That's what I'm saying.
And get new crew.
That's what I'm saying. So, did the quest we just
Yeah.
finished make us enough to cover that, or are we going to be continuing with another side quest?
That depends on how long we're going after this, more than anything.
I mean, at bare minimum, we know we're going to be sailing around for at least a little while longer because we have these things to pursue from the legend.
Yeah,
The MacGuffins.
and, it was what, 100 gold a day plus a little more.
Yeah, thereabouts.
So yeah, we probably want more. And we have a couple weeks still to go. It's only been 4 days.
Yeah, that was going to be my
Four
next
days,
question was,
probably.
how much longer do we have till the new ship's done?
So he said 4 or 10 days, 40 days total is how long it would take. It's been 5 days.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Again, if you want to spend some of that in time skip fashion, that's possible.
Uh,
I imagine some of it will probably, but we should make sure that we've covered what requirements we need to.
while we're here in town, I was going to go find someone to see about sort of fusing the effects of that axe onto my cane.
Yes.
Cane sword.
Okay. Cool. Ooh. Yeah.
And disclaimer, fully understand, probably not going to be as strong as the axe was. Whew.
So there are a couple places even just asking around a little bit. There are a couple places you could look into.
His first thought
Look
would have
at
been the guy they sold the dragon's head to.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So there's he is. I forget exactly what I named the school, but like the College of Applied Magics.
Was it Fizzle Spark was his name, I think?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Professor Fizzle Spark.
I remembered!
Yeah. You go.
The guy who Kiri thinks the dragon went to him all by itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there's the question. Is she going to follow me this time like she did the last time I went here, or is she going and doing something else? I would understand doing something else, just to be clear.
I think it'd be entertaining for Kiri to go and find out what happened to the dragon.
You're gonna do that to her right now?
No, the question is, are you going to do that to her?
Well, in all honesty, she's still got her head on the counter at the tavern.
Valid. A lot of shit kind of happened. So.
And this isn't even have anything to do with the fact that she was thrown into a giant's junk. Like, she was ready for that. She wasn't ready for this.
I was prepared for trouble, but not for this.
I was basically thinking that.
I was prepared for trouble, but not for double.
Oh no, Team Rocket.
Thank you, Ted. That was the joke.
Anyway. Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
I think Simon
wants to go into that. Simon
is going to take to the skies and see if he can locate Korrath.
Cool.
What was that?
Someone's dying.
Sounded like dogs and a reaction to dogs. All right. And then, what is Kiri drinking her troubles away today?
Not exactly drinking. She orders the biggest group platter of food that they have.
I imagine once Simon leaves, you continue eating your eggs.
No, she's been put off of them.
Okay.
So she has an avoidant conflict style.
She doesn't want to make anybody else upset.
Oh, Kiri is so sweet. And then what's Kai getting up to today?
Kai is going to do some training with the Displacer Beast kitty.
Okay.
And he's going to start trying to design a saddle for it.
All right. Awesome. That's really cool. You also had someone working on armor for the Displacer kitten, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
It's just gonna be a turtle shell. Just gonna name it Yoshi.
I'm Battle Cat.
I'm just imagining a big, thick turtle man riding a Displacer kitten.
That is like such a badass picture, though.
I can't wait for him to turn into like the Displacer cat's gonna be like a normal looking cat, but he's gonna be like a mouse riding the cat. And he's gonna have a sword in his hand. He's gonna be like, drive me closer so I can hit them with my sword.
Like it's fucking Redwall.
What CR is a Displacer Beast? I don't know offhand.
The what?
No,
CR3.
I do not know
Okay, cool.
the CR of
Cool.
a Displacer cat offhand.
Yeah, Displacer Beast is CR3. What is your max CR for Wild Shape?
Hit the 1.
1? Okay.
He turns. We have Displacer Beast, and then he just turns into a cat.
Yeah, I can do lion or tiger.
I'm also
Yeah,
not
yeah.
entirely
Oh my.
sure that Displacer Beast, despite being called Beast in the name, actually is a beast.
Oh, it's monstrosity, but like that's up there with owl bears of things that like it's pretty much a beast.
Yeah.
Man, I'd have expected
Like-
Fae with them because that's where what they are.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Same with like blink dogs. Like they have a
Blink
it's on
dogs?
site between dogs that do what it says on the tin.
I've never heard of that.
All dogs blink, buddy. Be more descriptive. They may not know what you mean.
Blink the spell.
I-
Like
No, I
I'm
inferred that.
Loki teleport.
I'm a blink human.
It's really cute, really cool.
I'm
But
gonna
blink
stab
dogs
you.
and displacer beasts
Mortal enemies.
actively mortal. Like it is on site.
All dogs blink to heaven.
I mean, eventually.
Can he take damage for that one? Can he do like 1d8
Okay.
pun damage?
I won't. I will die if that starts to be a thing. I'll start writing the backup
what-
character.
It's like that. It's like every time you laugh, you take damage from Legend Arcadia.
Oh no.
Fucking imagine.
Anyway, okay, so Katsuro, Simon, Kai, Kiri,
Yes.
four.
A lot of K's.
Yeah.
Simon.
Kai,
Yes.
give me a crafting is usually an intelligence check. I'm like designing and whatever. Do you have proficiency in any like
Say
artisan's
leatherworking tools or
like leatherworking tools, especially?
No.
you may want to find a craftsman then. I say.
Yeah. Okay. And you have like worked with this displacer kit enough, like displacer creature enough, that you understand that making a saddle that would not interfere, and same with the armor, that won't interfere with the I'll just keep talking. That won't interfere with like the natural displacement abilities that it has will require like you can't just get any old leather to craft the saddle. You can't just get like any old barding to slap on this thing. Like materials need to be right, need to be well crafted, that sort of thing. It's very, very doable. It's not going to be terribly cheap.
Understood.
Yeah. But like this is a really cool thing, and it will be really cool. With all that in mind, like you can pretty easily find a skilled leather worker who can help you with all of this. You might need to help with sourcing materials, but they can work the materials you find, just like the armorer you found to make the barding.
Yeah. With the dragon scales.
Yes. Correct. Okay. Katsuro,
Yes.
you head to. Do you just like go straight to the university?
Yes.
Cool. Neat. You find Professor Fizzlespark. He says, "Oh yes. Is there something I can help you with again?" Say knock on the door. There are explosions behind it. You have to knock a couple times pretty loudly before you actually heard over the explosions. But you can get there pretty easy.
Yes, actually, I was wondering. He's going to pull the piece of the axe. I got this from a fire giant's axe.
Oh, that's quite some feat there.
I was wondering if you could use some of this to enhance. He's going to pull his cane up and turn it into the sword. This a bit, and then we give you the remainder.
Yes, I can. He pulls looks like a gem cutter's like a jeweler's lens out and looks. It's like, bzz, bzz, bzz. Oh, I see the intent here. This is quite clever. And he goes off on like an arcanobabble spiel for a little bit. He like takes the shard, like starts to take the shard from you, realizes that like it's as big as he is. Could you mind come in.
Yes,
Could
of
you
course.
put it over on my workbench over there, along with the other? Clearly, it's not just a cane, but a sword as well. Are there any other abilities to this?
Actually, I don't remember.
It can. I forget the specific word, but like it can shift into multiple different weapons.
He's going to just start basically twirling it around and turning it into a bunch of other shit.
Oh, this will be quite the challenge. Yes.
I could probably do greatsword with this thing, but I'm not proficient in that, so.
I think it was like any melee weapon you're proficient with,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Actually, no. Technically, I am proficient in greatswords. It's just I can't use them as a monk.
Yeah, okay. You can have
Because-
the weapon transform into any melee weapon you're proficient with when you do so you have advantage on the next melee attack made before the end of this turn.
Because of the oracle thing, I'm proficient in all martial weapons.
Oh, neat. There is a monk ability that essentially you can meditate with a weapon and it becomes a monk weapon for you.
Yes. That lacks the two-handed or heavy property.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if there was some like clarifying, but cool. Moving on.
I've
yeah,
predicted the future in which I smash you with this greatsword.
I mean, he takes the shift steel weapon from you and examines it through his artificer's lens.
Stop.
I'll need to actually like properly write up an artificer's lens now. That's really cool. And it examines it. It's like, yeah, I should be able to work with this. Could you give me? He thinks for a moment. Check back in 3 days, and I will, at the very least, have an update for you. I will get to work on this right away. I owe you a favor. Get out of here.
You're already doing us plenty of favors. You owe us nothing. And he's going to leave, and I guess I'll go grab a fucking bow staff or something. Just in case we get into a fight.
Just grab a bow staff.
This whole
Do you
time,
have your
Fizzle
old sword
Sparks
still?
No, I got rid of that. That's on the ship.
Okay.
This whole time, the background noise you've been hearing is Fizzle Sparks' assistant trying to corral a blink dog.
I'm sorry that's coming through.
Canon now. All right. Yeah, as you actually leave the university proper, you see a cleric approach you in Pelorian robes. And he is, seems to be like, sort of like mumbling, seems like a prayer or maybe a spell or something the whole time. He's like, seems like as he comes into your view, he sees you and then just beelines directly to you. He says, are you Katsuro Takamura?
Yes. Do I know you?
He offers you a scroll with a large golden wax seal that bears the symbol of the Pelorian Church with 2 parchment tassels off of it, which have writing on them.
Nope. He's gonna try to read it.
Mr. Takamura, you have been served by the House of Obeisance. Please open the letter now.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I am going to put
this-
this on your character sheet real quick.
Is this the monster with no stat block you mentioned?
Yes. That's Korrath that I'm putting it up. Okay. I am also going to ask you to read this out loud for me, please.
Oh my god.
It is on your character sheet called Notarized Contracts. Korrath, go ahead and deduct that 14 platinum from your character sheet.
I will be doing that right now.
Oh my god, I just realized.
Remember when I
What?
said I had
Fucking really?
plans?
Fucking really? Are we about to go into a
you-
courtroom arc?
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
Are we about to go into a goddamn courtroom arc?
Yeah.
This asshole is fucking suing me.
Oh my god.
Not quite. Please read it out loud.
Blah 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 blah. Mr. Takamura, this missive is to inform you of Mr. Asshole over there. Wishes to enter into a legal contract witnessed by His Radiant Grace and the bearer of this missive. Please find the attached contract. The bearer of this missive will remain in your company until such time as you have signed the contract. Should you wish to discuss or negotiate with the plaintiff, the bearer has the ability to contact the hall. Blah. Jargon. I don't want to read this much more.
By the way, where there's that gap, there is like a proper signature in a large, like very elegant, sprawling hand.
All I caught from that was something about entering into a legal contract, but I don't think we've.
Is it bad that I actually went to a real lawyer to actually see if I could actually get an actual contract like this?
Oh my
Before I
God.
went to Montu and said, this is what I want, I went to a friend of mine who is an actual lawyer and asked him if there is legal precedent to do this. And he gave me like a full-on like example with like notarized like contracts that have been signed in the last 80 years
Oh
of
my
like
God.
different people who have done this exact thing.
So all I caught out of that was would like to enter into a legal contract with you, but I don't think
Yeah.
we've established
And then-
what actually is happening.
So there's a whole bunch of legal jargon that essentially says the guy who gave you this letter will now stay with you until the matter has been settled. He does inform you if you ask that if it were to be a more involved procedure rather than the one that is happening right now, it more be they require a sample of some sort so that you can be found easier. Essentially take like identifying information like your home address, your phone number, etc. sort of deal.
I started to worry when you used the word sample.
So,
So
First thing-
this
as he's reading this, smoke begins to curl out of his mouth more,
Hey, on the
steadily more.
on the plus
The
side,
whole time.
you now have a free familiar.
But he's going to take a breath for a second, look at this guy, and say, "How fast can you run?"
Oh man.
he sort of like why?
I want to know how fast I can go find this guy and not leave you in the dust.
I mean
It's
normal.
gonna activate all the muck abilities to turn into Mach 7.
And
30 feet
As-
per turn?
As soon as he says that, I'm gone. I'm going to 3 times dash as much as I can today.
Oh my god, you're going to exhaust this poor cleric. So to finish reading this out, there's the legal preamble of lawyer bullshit, and then attached to that was also the contract itself. That is, I blank space for name hereby swear before the light of Palor to refrain from placing hands upon Korrath Bloodscale. Failure to comply with this contract shall result in Korrath Bloodscale foregoing all application of healing to the above named. 3 spaces for signatures. There was also like in the blurb a line that like if anything is to be negotiated or changed about it, the bearer of the missive will take note of that to be appended to the contract upon signing.
So it's literally a contract that says, "Don't hit me or I won't heal you."
Right up. Overkill. I added some like religious fanciness to the
Yeah.
specific contract you sent me.
Yeah, of course.
I want an image of this document to put in the thumbnail.
Oh god, just find like a scroll, literally a scroll.
And it just
I'm
says,
just imagining the SpongeBob writing his essay with just the really fancy the.
send me the text that's on the scroll and I'll just like slap it on a fucking Random scroll image.
Okay. So it is like two separate pieces of parchment were rolled up in this little parcel that was given. One
You guys
was
lay on
the initial letter. The
But-
other one was the contract itself. The contract will then be duplicated via magic so that Katsuro will hold a copy, Korrath can hold a copy, and a copy will be stored in the House of Obeisance in the Grand Cathedral of Pelor. I came up overkill. I just want to point out, you made me come up with how the fuck the law works in this setting.
Oh yeah, well that's great. Now we know. Now, hey, listen. Now it's a president, right?
This is civil law. Like, this isn't like
Yeah.
you did a crime. Anyway,
and now we know. And knowing is 9/10 the law.
The other 10th is me kicking you in the dick.
I can go get you like a large amount of the Canadian law body that is on bookshelves within this house because of mine and my wife's schooling. Please note, the Canadian Criminal Code is a Bible.
Yeah,
It is
it's huge.
Huge. I will
It's
actually
huge.
get it. I will be right back. Sorry for all the tangents.
Oh, boy.
It's the thickness of a fucking dictionary. It's huge.
The dictionary.
Well, you see, Candy, that is what this means. My only healing spell I can no longer use on him if he goes down.
Glorious.
How did you get out of there?
I mean, you've heard of
On their four paws.
You've heard of malicious. This is the Canadian Criminal Code. These are all of my like look up things that I needed for tests in school.
Oh, mine has gold on the rim.
Yeah, this is the student edition
Oh, student. Okay.
and the 2017. This doesn't have the change to law about anal sex that happened in 2017.
What?
Well, then wait. It also doesn't have the transgender law stuff that happened in 2022 either.
Or I also am not sure if it has like legalization of cannabis stuff in it, like of marijuana.
I guess I wouldn't. Yeah, that was.
But this is like Criminal Code, Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Youth Criminal Justice Act, Controlled Substances Act, and like firearms stuff are all in here. And then all like this huge body of tabs here at the bottom is the index so that I can look up specific offenses to reference them in writing stuff out for school. My wife is a law clerk, and she has a whole bunch of like the rules of civil law.
Wait, your wife passed the bar?
She's a law clerk, not a lawyer.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
No, so she's the one who actually does the work in the law firm.
That's cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Anyway, back to D&D. You
Also,
do you know where
John.
the Grand Cathedral is?
Oh, sorry.
Katsuro.
He said he'd be right back.
Okay, be right back. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a lot going on over there.
Yeah. Also, John, if you are watching, thank you for the legal stuff.
Slash.
Did you know that in Canada, legal books, law books, are the only books that are illegal to own digitally?
Interesting.
Interesting, if not extraneous.
I think it just has to do with the fact that the laws changed so much, and that's how they make money.
But arguably, digital law books would be easier to update than a physical one.
Yeah, but then you don't have to pay for the book again.
Oh, so it's about the money.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the government got to make money, you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
While we just went
Alright,
over, while we
welcome
just
back.
went over Montu and his outdated physical law book.
Yep.
This big.
This big.
All of my reference tabs. Yeah.
Almost as
Yeah.
thick as my ass.
By the way, these aren't like regular book pages. These are thin. Like
Yeah, they're like
incredibly thin. And there's
Yeah, like a Bible.
let's see. There's there's a whole bunch here that are not numbered pages. Like back here.
Okay,
in
now we're getting
dash,
into-
and I'm at 2,115 pages. 2,120 pages.
now we're in like full on tangent mode.
Anyway, yeah. anyway, yeah. Encyclopedia special, like, and every person in my police foundations class at the college I went to had one of these. Should have had one of these in their bag. I didn't buy this until the day of the exam I actually needed my own for, because every other test through the class I borrowed from a buddy who was in the same class, and like we just figured it out. Yeah,
Fun.
it was great. Anyway, they also came with a disc for a bunch of like case law stuff, but I never used that because that's really boring. All right, Katsuro. You seek out Korrath.
I am not hard to find. I am standing outside the whatever cathedral or whatever it
Grand
is.
Cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say Simon's been flying around looking for you as well.
Yeah. Simon, you think you might see the glint of his shield and armor. And then out of the corner of your eye, you also see a red streak through the crowd
Speeds by.
and a white and gold robed cleric, like just trying to follow the red streak.
I would stop every so often to make sure he's still following. I'm not that big of a dick.
Yeah, you're also not from here, so like I'm wondering how long it takes you to find the Grand Cathedral.
Just
I mean, the Grand Cathedral, it's gotta be the tallest building in the city, right?
I just
I wouldn't say the biggest building, but it's one of the bigger ones.
I just
one of the bigger
imagine
ones.
Katsuro runs until he comes to like a cross street intersection, and he just looks around, which way, and then the guy behind him's like, take a right. Thank you.
He's trying to catch his breath as Katsuro takes off again.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then he casts like 3 levels of dash, and then it goes even faster. Uses all of his key points.
Yes, actually.
Help me. Anyway, eventually, you come face to face with Korrath as Simon lands roughly around the same time.
Simon's gonna like
And
not
then
try and call attention to
monk-
himself, but just like perch on the roof and see what
Yeah.
happens again.
And then the monk, like the cleric, just like runs up and is like, I'm here. You're a little worried he might just collapse.
I heal him.
Thank you, Mr. Bloodscale. Anyway, commence negotiation. And he like waves a hand, and a quill and parchment kind of like float beside him as he just takes a minute to like properly catch his breath.
Scribbles in
You
the chat.
have the fucking gall to attack
Yeah.
me and then
You,
give me this.
you attacked me first.
I pulled you out of the room to prevent a fight from happening in the middle of a noble's house.
You assaulted me and expected me to just, what, accept it?
I want to make this clear. You didn't try to resist the grab. You literally let me grab you.
And how am I going? Okay, me, a man of cloth, all right, with no strength at all, to be able to defend myself against an armed guy with a fucking weapon for a fist.
Yeah, considering my athletics really is not that high, it was entirely possible you could have.
And I just have that ability to know that. just by looking at you. I just saw you punch a fucking giant to death. Do you think that I'm just gonna be like, well, I think I can take him?
Yeah, to be fair, Candy in chat does in fact have a point. You are literally wearing more metal than anybody else. Why would
And
I expect you to not have strength?
And carrying 2 shields, 2 giant
Yeah,
shields.
but that's it. That's all I have is a wall. And again, he was behind me and he grabbed me. No. Like, and I did resist because I fucking tried to fucking flamethrower you.
Was that while still in the noble's house?
I mean,
No,
it
that
was
was outside.
roughly
That was once we were
outside. Yeah.
That's still
So
going to cause some property damage.
I was trying to negotiate to get a memento for the thing that we just did. He never said no. You grabbed me, assaulted me, and pulled me out, then punched me in the back of the head, knocking me to the ground, and then told me that my dragon god is going to die. Do you actually think I give a literal fuck about anything you want to say? So this is what's going to happen. Either A, you're going to sign the contract and we're going to talk about negotiating a better deal, or B, I will never heal you again. I will just never. I don't have to heal you. That's the thing. I don't need to protect you. I will never harm you. I will never harm you. You have my word. I will never backstab you, attack you, or hurt you in combat. But I also don't have to protect you.
You protect me.
Yes.
You dare to think you are protecting me.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You go toe to toe with the giants next time.
Okay, and then the next time that you need to be healed from being thrown to the ground and have zero cognitive ability,
I will
get healed.
I will ask the turtle or the frog.
You couldn't ask anybody. You were unconscious.
I don't need your bastard dragon god's magic touching me.
I mean, listen, you
And
definitely accepted it earlier when I was healing you, and you didn't complain.
As he continues to interrupt me, I'm going to punch him in the teeth with impact.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I will stand there and take it. But I will not stop talking. I'll spit blood in his fucking face.
I rolled a fucking 2.
I hold my shield up and put the nozzle of the flamethrower against his mouth.
Do it.
I'll pull the trigger right now, motherfucker.
Do it. Give me a reason to actually end you here and now.
I will end your fucking bloodline, dude.
I don't even know my bloodline. That's a fucked up thing to say, dude.
Well, your bloodline. Well, that means your bloodline ends here.
Just real quick, I want Simon
said
to
that
be
one directly to him too. Like, what the fuck, man?
I want Simon to be readying an Eldritch Blast to hit each of them to knock them away from each other if anything actually starts happening.
I'm gonna snap my fingers and hope that there was a guard that was close by, because I would have told them that he was gonna be like this.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. Persuasion.
Of course. Of course you would try to follow this route instead of learning to stand on your own 2 feet for once in your pathetic life. You and all other clerics are the same.
22.
Yeah, I'm fully aware. I'm saying this directly in front of a cathedral.
Yeah. So there are 2 like paladins of Paylor standing outside this cathedral, and they step forward and draw their swords. They don't move particularly close. They don't like make any aggressive movements, but they are more ready to handle a disturbance at this point.
Listen,
Korrath is
I
Katsuro. Sorry, I said your name. I'm getting confused now because of these guys.
yeah, we're both getting too many K names, man. What's that? You call me Kai?
Katsuro is going to turn, look at the paladins, and for the first moment in this entire thing, actually have a look of decent respect because paladins earn their power.
Hmm.
Clerics don't.
Conviction to duty.
And say, relax. I'm not going to do anything to him here. I'm not stupid enough to attack someone in the middle of town staring straight into his eyes. Not meaningfully, anyway.
They keep their weapons drawn, but seem to relax a little bit.
Did you just try to punch me in the middle of town?
Yes.
So then you lied.
No, I didn't. I'm not attempting to kill you.
Okay, well, listen. You can call me names, you can call my god names all you want. I've gotten over that. I know that you're a selfish piece of shit. I don't care. Honestly, I'm doing this for the party.
No,
I'm not
you're
even
doing
this
this to serve yourself.
No, because if I was doing it to serve myself, I would just say fuck you and walk away. No. This is not selfishness. This is to protect myself from you. Because you are dangerous.
We all are.
No, you can't say we all are when you are the one who instigated this right now. You started this.
No.
And as I said, we could make amends right now, right here and now. I am willing to make amends. I don't care what names you say to me. I don't care what things you have to say to me afterwards. It wasn't even in the contract. You could do whatever you want. You can call me shitface for the rest of my life.
I'm going to hold the contract to my side, light it on fire, and say, make amends with someone who willingly serves at the feet of those who kill our people in the thousands every single day.
Yes.
Eat shit and die. And walk off.
Okay. And with that, the deal is done.
The cleric who this is like sending an intern on day 4.
Yeah.
Because it's just a civil contract. It's like, okay,
too
cool,
hard.
sign, done. Ha 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 ha. But this happened. He's like, is this?
Do I still follow him?
As I turn to walk past this cleric, I'm going to give him a heal on the arm and apologize for wasting his time.
I appreciate that. May your path be illuminated. He understands what you said about gods, etc., and doesn't want to offend you after everything that was just said. And you can very much that is written large across.
Korrath, I want you to know that Candy's boyfriend is currently DMing me, urging me to punch you again.
I mean, you're more than welcome to try.
Oh.
But I will not go into PvP. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's why I'm not doing it again anyway.
We've got a fucking soap opera audience happening.
One fucking punch is a bit valid in this situation. Doing it that too much is too much.
Can I see if I can see Simon?
I mean, he was right
Give me
there.
a perception check. I don't think he's actually.
I don't think Simon was trying to hide himself.
Right.
He was standing off to the side, not hiding.
Yep. Just perching up on the roof, watching.
17.
Am I contesting the role, or I'm not trying to hide?
Are you trying to hide?
No.
I mean, you see him. Yeah, he's up
Yeah,
on the roof.
Hey,
You
Simon!
you see that I've been charging my hands, readying an Eldritch Blast to separate you two if I needed to.
Simon, you don't need to worry about it. Can you come down here for a second, please?
All right. And Simon flutters his way
Yeah.
down.
Just so everyone's aware, Kiri was messaging us. She isn't feeling very well, so she felt she had to drop out of the call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's
Get
not
well
feeling
soon.
great.
Hope you feel better.
Anyway, yeah, this poor cleric is still just like a little shell shocked. Like he's looking at the two paladins, he's looking at Korrath, he's like watching Katsuro storm off. He's like, what do I do? Are my duties discharged? Like, what?
You can
And
go.
he like it. Yeah, he like puts one hand to his head and just like in a daze walks back into the cathedral. It's like, what am I gonna say to the vicar? I just anyway, he goes. He's sure he's gonna get fired or like excommunicated or something. Yeah. So
Did we ever find out what that guy's name was?
Do you want to go ask him what his name was?
His name is Steve, but it's like STVEV.
Steve.
man, what in the Eastern Germany?
Yeah, it's but it has like a bunch of silent
Sure.
vowels.
What in the Poland?
With umlauts.
Yeah, oh, Polish names or something. Anyway, and Polish people would agree.
Monty, this is the DMs I just got.
We just have Paul come in and voice him.
Oh my god.
I like that. I'm apparently I'm the one who deserves to get punched. It's
Well,
always my fault.
Well, you gonna share with the class?
Do you want to know? Okay,
Yes.
fine. Here. These are the DMs I was just getting.
He's being a shit. Punch him. Jack Nicholson image. Do it. Tell him to stop helicopter waving his dick around.
I am not waving. What the fuck? I'm not waving nothing. My god. I didn't know I was that good of an actor. God damn.
Like I said, we have a soap opera audience now.
So Simon comes down, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Korrath, you have also received a message in the stream chat. It is a direct quote of your deity's dogma, apparently. I didn't do this. I did not ask for this. I want you to understand. I did not request this.
Those with true power never have to demonstrate it to others.
Holy fuck. My friends are having no mercy today. Good God.
okay. I didn't actually demonstrate any power.
Valid. We're not going to talk
He's the
about
one who punched me. Again, I'm the one being assaulted, and then I'm the one also being fucking ridiculed for role-playing my character.
Dude, you're doing great. You're doing
No,
great. You're doing great.
Good thing. They think you're actually like this.
Yes, I know. It's just weird. Yeah, so I go to Simon and I'm just like, hey, where is everybody? I need to, like, where is the rest of everybody?
Kiri, last I saw, was finishing their breakfast, and I believe Kai went off to do some training with the Displacer Cat.
Okay. I'm not going to leave, just so you know.
That's good.
I'm gonna stick around. Whatever Katsuro does with his time, that's his problem. But he wants to be like a spoiled child, then that's his problem. We'll leave it at that.
I can't say I fully understand what dragon god beef is happening that you two seem to be dredging up, but as long as we can be
He's just
civil
mad that
around
my mom fucked a dragon. I wanted to see. I waited for him to drink. I waited.
Were he aware that was a thing? I can't say he wouldn't be angry at that. But that is not what this is about.
The point is, there are bigger dangers still out there that we have to deal with, so as long as we can be civil around each other, let's try and keep focused.
I mean, I'll be civil around you guys. I like you guys.
All right, but as
Anyway,
you
that
saw,
was
I'm ready
14
to
platinum
separate you.
wasted.
As you saw, I'm ready to separate people if I have to.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
I really do want to ask though, how would it feel to actually block impact? Because that's a forceful attack.
It's
The description does
I
say
mean,
that the target is knocked 5 feet away.
Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't technically hit him. That's what AC says.
yeah.
I
So,
beat AC for that to happen. But it is still a
yeah.
forceful punch that he blatantly said he took on the shield. So that was
Oh,
loud.
Just a long,
you know
loud ping.
when. So in Avengers, when Thor like slams Cap's shield, it's kind of like that.
Mm.
That would be like a 20, like a near max level impact. It's a cantrip that scales with level.
Essentially,
so
it is the equivalent of a rank 2 spell right now.
Yeah. That shield like rang like a gong. There would have been like a loud clang that echoed through the courtyard you're in. It's a big deal. Yeah.
So, here. This is what I think it would be like. In Zenless Zone 0, when you dodge and deflect an attack, it makes that it like bing and you get thrown back.
Oh yeah, like visual. 100%. It would be huge. I'm thinking like Avenger Field Slam. Was that gonna find it?
It took me. I had to go to Google to find this image because there wasn't a lot of good gifs.
I'm seeing a lot of like stuff from more recent Avengers. Sometimes like the early one that happens in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I go to. I'm just gonna go with Simon to wherever he's going.
All right.
I think Simon's just gonna head back to the tavern and wait for everyone to finish their business, and then we can decide what to do next.
Simon, are you forgetting something?
Oh yes, I have to go see the king. I had that summons from last time.
Yeah.
Should do that.
I'm going with him.
Let's go do that.
Cool. So you head to the palace. You speak to, a functionary who's there who like has you wait in a well-appointed like waiting room where there's iced water and some fresh fruit sitting on a platter if you want it.
Simon partakes of the iced water.
I also partake in the iced water.
So iced water, like this is such a blatant display of we have money, like we are well appointed. It's not like chilled via magic. It's there are ice cubes.
So I found
That's
a gif of the
strange.
scene you were describing, but it doesn't actually show what happens. This is the only one I could find.
But yeah, like that scene.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope we didn't give Kiri too much from all of this.
Kiri is having PTSD.
Oh my god! Oh my god! They're fighting! Oh no!
She got sick from worrying too much.
Yeah. Anyway,
Poor girl.
and then time passes as stuff happens behind the scenes. Eventually, there's a knock on the door. Actually, we're going to pause. Katsuro, where do you go?
To hell.
No,
Maybe eventually.
In this scribbled,
I mean, maybe
hand-drawn
it
fanfic
wouldn't bother
version that he's
him any.
imagining.
but
Go to Avernus.
I'm going to look for a place that at least somewhat resembles my home.
Okay. And so I forget exactly. Did you spend most of your formative years in the monk monastery?
Yes, literally all of
Okay.
his life he can remember.
So you sort of wander around town a bunch, and you eventually hear what is clear to you as the sound of people training martially. You find your way to what is known as the Brass District. This is a section of the city that is almost entirely the local guards, the military. This is where you go for boot camp. This is where you go for martial training to serve with whatever. There are also allowances made for fighters who want to come and test their skills, that sort of thing. You hear people training and fighting, but not trying to kill each other, but improve each other's skills. It's like a sparring ground. It's like a place to train.
Yeah, he'll go in and try to get in on that a little bit, but after about an hour or so of that, he'll wander off and try to find a place to do what he typically did at home, which is more healing and helping people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you blow off some steam with some training. Would you like to? Where is?
He will specifically do his best to avoid actually casting any spells, as much as that is important to how he fights.
Downtime activities. I'm going to say you can pretty easily find a hospital you could help out with, and it is more of the you're in a city. There's going to be sick people. There's going to be things like that. I would like you to make me a medicine check.
Yeah, sure. Here.
If you would like, unless you have, okay, you're professional, whatever, so it's still +9.
Yeah, I've constantly debated taking expertise in that because the very heavy focus of this guy.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not getting to actually use this with the group because so many actual healers with spells.
You're about to have a lot more focus on healing now.
Suddenly, off in the distance, the fifth level spell hits you in the back of the head.
So could I? Yeah, you rolled a religion check. Would you?
A religion
I will
check?
let you, or a medicine check. Sorry.
Unless you let me take a 10 on the roll, in which case I would be a 19 instead.
Yeah. Do you just really spend the rest of the day?
Oh, he'd be here for days, unless someone comes to get him.
All right. Cool. So you rolled a 14. I'm treating this straight up downtime as per.
Yeah, that's fine.
Xanathars. I am going with religious service because it's the closest thing, but I know as far as a framework, you make a contact here, and now I'm gonna have to pull an NPC out of my ass, as I've been trying to avoid doing this entire time.
Good luck with that.
It's the same guy who was. It's the same guy who was following him at his other job.
Oh no,
That would be funny.
Steve! Steve, no!
I got fired, so I came to work here.
Oh my god.
I mean,
that
it's
would be
not
amazing.
entirely impossible that it would be the same guy, to be fair, because a lot of medical places are run by the church.
Yeah, you notice, like, and maybe this is your sort of like even unconscious aversion to religious stuff. This is more natural healing. This is like herbs and potions and yeah, like, as much as I hate to use the phrase naturopathic medicine, that's more or less what happened, which is what you would also be a little more familiar in compared to like.
So.
Yeah. You make the acquaintance of an apothecary. When I say acquaintance, you've been like working pretty well together. And because he's doing this, when we like sort of resolve the rest of this day, I'm going to give everyone a work week of like 5 days of downtime to do a thing that will just time skip a little bit. So we don't have like, 2 sessions per day going through 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk after the session about what each character is doing with their downtime. You make the acquaintance of an apothecary who is a NPC generator. NPC generator 5. I know that this is just a thing because I'm pretty sure I've used it before. Generate. Sure. You make the acquaintance of a female hill dwarf who is an apothecary. Her name is Alan Earthdelver. Earthdelver. Capital ALIN. Alan Earthdelver. She is an apothecary. She is very well versed in potions and herbology, that sort of thing. She appreciates a good drink, but she works hard. She cares for the people in her charge, and isn't particularly ostentatious about it. What's your perception? Your passive perception?
As a note, for if whatever I'm doing for medicine isn't enough on its own, I will be adding in spells as required.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. What's your passive perception score? 19?
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone, like, you've probably worked with her 3-4 days. You notice that she has an amulet around her neck that bears the symbol of a clearly like holy symbol. Could you make a near religion check if you wish? You do notice that she never does any actual like casting. Yeah, you're not quite familiar enough. Like, you eschew religion enough that you're like, yeah, you're not going to identify many religious symbols just offhand. You'd probably recognize Palor because it's literally everywhere in the city now.
Yeah, that would.
And like, Palor is a common god. He's a sun god. He's known as a giver of life. Everyone knows Palor. Yeah. And yeah, so Alan will, like, she will help you out if you ask for help. If you want to put that somewhere on your sheet, that like Alan Earthdelver.
When he first showed up here, he was probably still pretty angry. So
Yeah. But like through
Over the course
your
of-
work, yeah, this is over like several days. You guys formed this like working friendship, so to speak. Yeah. All right.
Do you know the name of that person, by the way, so I can remember?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
She does also tell you about her husband, who actually stays at home most days with their children, who is also a hill dwarf.
If for some reason it came up, he would have told stuff about his home, what he was doing before, and why he's here now.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Cool.
reacting to the name
good.
of the group he's with would matter to her, but whatever.
Yeah.
Or he probably after this many days of not hearing anything might just sort of think I used to be with.
And I mean, it's, you know that there is a bit of a like time frame on this.
Yeah.
Like you guys have downtime. Like the rest of the crew was given a come back in a month sort of deal.
Yeah, I think the idea is like they need some cooldown time, so Simon at least is gonna not be too intrusive and just let everyone come back at their own pace.
I'm pretty sure there's someone in the party who has the message spell.
Yeah, but that's not as long range.
Yeah. And I think Druid, but I know Cleric has sending.
He ain't gonna send me.
Oh, absolutely not.
Not today, but like if they need you, I imagine he will.
He doesn't think he needs me.
I would rather use sending to send to the pirates that helped us conquer the island than talk to Katsuro.
As much as we players understand, I am the main frontliner. That doesn't mean he's gonna want to actually have me around right now.
Oh, very valid. It's like I guess we need that guy. Sure, I'll say, come here.
It's like I use sending. Hey, fuck Nugget, get the fuck over here.
And if you're casting sending, it's not pirate sending anymore. So fuck Nugget counts as the word.
Yep.
Anyway,
I would absolutely use like my word count to call him every name under the book.
Oh, that's
yep.
The only
the last five words are, by the way, come back.
The only response you would get would be the insult I use for clerics in general, and then kin trader, and that's all you would hear. And there would be no further interaction.
if there was some way for message to convey text instead of just audio, I imagine just like an ASCII middle finger.
I hit send. I use sending, and I just start fucking randomly sending like fucking Rick roll and
that's like a third or fourth level spell, dude.
Yep.
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Does it mean you forgive him?
Sends another one. Never gonna run around.
Oh my god.
So, what's Korrath doing with his current downtime, I guess?
Yeah. Korrath and Simon are at the palace right now. And actually, that functionary comes back after like an hour and a half and is like, so, speaking with my superiors, who then spoke to inspectors, etc. We were actually expecting your whole party. This is to do with the tragic events that happened in the Waxing Sun Square on the solstice. Would you be able to return with them at your earliest convenience?
That's interesting. Does that actually include me? Because I was not present for that.
It would not.
Keeping that in mind, I think Simon's response will be, I'll gather as many of them as I can.
Yes, thank you. Man, sorry for taking so long. There's a lot going on. And she like guides you back out of the palace.
I suppose we'll find all that out in due time.
Yes, I think that he actually like writes. He says, "Come back in like on specific date in a 10 days time. Like now you have an appointment for an audience with the king."
Okay.
10 days to plan my assassination.
If that's what you want to do with your downtime.
No.
I'm gonna say commit a crime is a downtime activity.
Time for us to
But
plan a
I'm gonna
heist.
go and I'm gonna go and just like cheer up Kiri and go and talk to George.
Yeah. We're gonna handle all of that like kind of as this like I will post the options. We can discuss it over the next week, and then next week we will like resolve downtime activities, more or less in the same way we did with Katsuro tonight.
Okay.
All right. With that in mind, I think we're going to end this session here. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Scourge of the Dragon Sea. Again, we had some awesome role play. You guys watched me sit here and laugh about it.
Yep.
I muted myself so that my laugh wouldn't break through over everything going on.
Man, I love role playing. I love it.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, tune in next week for finding out what the party does with some time. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, bingle the dingle, etc., etc. If you have some Bezos bugs flying around, throw them at either Itchy or Overkill, because that's free money from Jeff Bezos.
Hooray.
I'm going to apologize for my friends basically being like, get his ass to go Overkill for this, because holy fuck.
Hey, I'm happy that we have an audience.
Is actual play D&D not just like modern gladiatorial combat?
Right?
It's a blood sport.
Listen, I sounded upset, but I'm not.
That's just being a character. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, Itchy, I think you're going to take us out.
All right. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and anyone who's watching the VOD. As always, twitch.tv and youtube.com/Ixie Studios and That Overkill Guy. We are some team stream collaborators. And I imagine Raven's going to be coming on shortly to play a little bit of something else. So anyone
We're
who's...
gonna play Split Fiction.
Oh, you're going to
finish
continue Split Fiction. Yep. Very cool. Hey, there's Kyoshi.
Have fun continuing to tear apart two character stories.
Yeah.
Story of game.
See, the story of Scourge of the Dragon Sea is two characters who are very, very quickly getting further away from each other, whereas this is the story of two people who are desperately trying to stay together.
Yeah.
That is Split Fiction. Yes.
Yes.
It was a good time. All right. Thank you all once again, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Peace.